Hey kids, welcome to our anniversary show. Happy St. Patrick's Day, my friends. As you can see, I'm in my garb today.
Oh, that's right. You started this on St. Patrick's Day.
I've got the number one fan, supplier or second supplier, and the show extraordinaire guy here for you. Although we're gonna wing this because we love them, but we don't know much about them.
Yeah.
Today's sponsor, as always, Get Your Grinds. Today we're gonna do New Orleans. I don't have anything Patrick-y for this, so New Orleans. Go to getgrinds.com.
They don't make one that tastes like potatoes and whiskey.
Right. Tastes like famine and heartache.
Yeah, right. Oh, damn.
Tastes like fighting with your brother and jail cell.
Jesus.
I'm just kidding. You know, we have to drink, we have to fight. And listen, if you guys are interested in learning, if you're all out there learning, if you're learning your stuff, which I kind of am, I guess, still. Yeah, I'm still learning. Go get this. Go check it out. Whiskey Advocate. We had technical difficulties. What was I saying? So, go to Whiskey Advocate. There's a lot of times it's on Facebook. Just say it around your phone, it'll pop up because they're listening. And it's $10 a month for your first year, and you get, I think it's 6 subscriptions for your first year. So every other month you get it. But this particular episode, I just got this one in, and it's got a bunch of great stuff on the front, and it's
all about single barrel stuff.
It's got places to go. It's got a buyer's guide. It's got what you should pay for it. You see it around. What's a good price, and all that good stuff. You got dogs that tell you places to go where dogs are accepted. It's all kinds of stuff in here. Great stuff in here. Plus, I think it's a Kentucky Derby issue as well.
Yeah, Derby's around the corner.
So check that out. But moving on. Today,
yeah, actually, this is a Derby shirt.
Hey,
this shirt. This is the steps to making a mint julep with all the different
it
things.
is. I didn't even notice.
But it's the only green shirt I have.
You can tell how much I paid attention to what's going on here. You know, we haven't even started drinking yet. That's the worst part. But hey, today we've got our Irish drinks, blends, pot stills. What else we got? We got a mixture. This is straight too, right?
Yeah, I think that's single.
Single malt.
Yep, single malt.
You don't want blended, boys and girls. They're good, but you want to have a good a good strong Irish drink, my friends. Laddies, get yourself some stuff. But we're gonna go ahead and let him talk, and I'll talk, and we're all gonna talk.
Yeah, we put them in order by proof because I think these are 3 pretty different representations of Irish. At least these 2 are mine. Tullamore Dew, my mentor turned me onto this. He was an Irish guy, and every Christmas we would swap. I'd give him whiskey, and he'd give me Irish. And
that's a damn good friend.
He was awesome. But the first one he gave me, Tullamore Dew, comes in these little clay pots.
Oh,
really
yeah.
Cool looking. They're like $28 or something like that. I was like, this is good. Like I can drink this. It's pretty mellow. This is Tullamore Dew that's been finished in Caribbean rum casks, though. So it's supposed to have sweet tropical notes on top of your standard Irish.
And Tullamore Dew is amazing just by itself. So hopefully this is just as amazing.
It does blow me away the price point on Irish. Again, I'm not a big Irish whiskey drinker, but it seems to be much lower than bourbon. And I don't know if that's a popularity thing because this single malt, and forgive me, I'm going to butcher the name.
I can't say that.
Limavady single malt is fantastic. Actually, the day we were doing the tasting for the Old Elk pick up at M&D, the rep for Old Elk, this was actually something that they were distributing, and she had a sample of it, and she gave it to all of us that were doing the sample. I was like, that's really good. It doesn't smell like Irish to me, it doesn't taste like Irish to me. It's really, really fantastic stuff. So we bought it just to have it at the house, and that's how I end up with like random bottles of Irish whiskey at the house. I don't really seek it out often, but I'm excited about this one because I've heard a ton about the Green Spot. Every list you read that says the quintessential Irish whiskeys, Redbreast, Green Spot, and if you're
Yellow
really
Spot.
cheap, Yellow Spot, and then like Jameson, right? If you've got $25 laying around.
But Jameson is blended.
Oh, is it really?
It's good. It's very good, but it's blended. So you want to go for your best. When it comes to your Irish and Scottish whiskeys, you don't want blend. You want straight. Straight. What is it? Straight. Single. Sorry.
Yeah, single pot still.
Single or double barrel. You don't want or cast strength. You're looking to not have blended. Big difference. See when you try them both. We'll try one now. We'll do that next. We'll do.
Well, what's funny is on my shelf, these would be by far and away the lowest proofed bourbons that I have because coming in this one's 80 proof. And we jump into 86, and then I think this one was right around, 92, 94, something like that, which puts it kind of around the Buffalo Trace range. Very low proof stuff, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of other flavors you get out of it since it's not so heavy on the alcohol side.
What you're saying is we're not going to get drunk here.
No, this isn't enough to see.
It's just
make me mad.
Just a waste of time. I'm just kidding.
But the glasses are in order of the bottles.
Pissed.
So starting on our right is the Green Spot.
All right, here we go.
Which I've never had. Like I said, I've heard a ton about. It's on everybody's quintessential Irish list. And in reading up on it a little bit today, quintessential Irish whiskey has what they call a shortbread flavor to it, like a shortbread cookie almost.
Mm-hmm.
So let me see if I can pick that note out.
It's funny because I do get some, when I smell it, it does have that, and I just use this term because it's only that makes any sense to me, the paint thinner backing a little bit, but like you get in the rice. But it doesn't taste like that at all.
Yeah, for 80 proof, it's definitely got a little heat on the nose.
Yeah, it definitely comes out as more than 80 when you smell it.
Yeah, sure. I would have definitely got that wrong. And also, it's a little bready. It's like what I would call like a very heavy wheat style bourbon. It's got like a kind of a bread note to it.
It's a pot still whiskey, so there's going to be some.
But yeah, you can smell the wood in it.
Copper. See, it's copper.
Any idea how long they age these?
I don't know. It's fine.
I don't know if it says on them about any of them because they're really, really light, compared to most bourbons.
I know we're so professional normally, but this day we're not.
Yeah, say we don't.
We're working it out as we go along.
Yeah, it's not age stated anywhere that I can see. It doesn't tell you how long they actually sit around. Triple distill, triple blend. I mean, a lot of buzzwords. I mean, triple distill, triple blend, sweet, tropical, rum cast finish.
Triple distill. You would think they would tell you.
No, I don't see anything. Nothing on here gives me an age statement. So I wonder if they don't really want that much of a wood influence on it because of what's in the mash bill.
So funny to say, because now so much stuff is. It tells you what we've been doing lately. It tells you how long it's been aged, and or when we're drinking certain things, it's got to be at least 4 or 5 years old.
So actually, it's probably a good thing that I read this damn bottle. This is single barrel Irish whiskey, the Limavady, but it's finished in bourbon and sherry casks. So,
and that's why it's 96.
That's
94.
So these two are actually finished. So it's Irish whiskey finished. This is rum. This is bourbon and sherry, and then this should be single pot still. So let's get into it. Cheers.
Salute. Shenanigans, my friends. This is so good. Right away when it leaves me, you get that copper. Goes right in here. That little.
Yeah, I can feel it.
Like your mouth wants to water because you put a piece of tinfoil in your mouth.
Yeah, that's exactly what that is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really weird. I wouldn't have picked up on that.
It's good.
Because I can kind of, for 80 proof, it's weird that I'm feeling it kind of like back in my upper palate.
It's got a little burn for 80. It's very weird.
Yeah, it's definitely, it lets you know it's there, but it's sweet and it's smooth and it's not harsh in any way.
It is good on ice. I'm gonna full disclosure. I've had this before.
But I wouldn't think at 80 proof that it should be anything more than just smooth and kind of easy sipping.
It's very easy sipping.
So the next one.
Very hard to drink it before the show.
The next one in line is the Tullamore Dew Irish whiskey finished in Caribbean rum casks. When we line these up, I can't help but put if you put a whiskey glass in front of me, the first thing I'm going to do is shove my nose in it. I mean, everybody watch these videos, they watch me. What I'm going to do is shove my nose in it. And you can absolutely.
And that's all I do now, too.
You can smell the rum influence on this. When you smell these two, you get that very distinct kind of sweet cookie note.
Ooh.
With this one, right? It smells fruity. Like it
smells fruity, but I smell the wood. I smell the wood,
mm-hmm.
and I smell that. If you've ever done Caribbean rum, there's a smell that it has right away, and you definitely.
Yeah, it's almost like you drink a rum runner and let the glass sit out and dry, and when you pick it up and smell it, it's
exactly.
Not quite like pungent rum, but it's just there.
I'm not a rum fan, but we're gonna hopefully love this.
Cheers,
my friends. That is interesting.
It is interesting. Not as complex as the green spot. Definitely not as dense. What you taste is
light.
Yeah, it's very, very light for the proof that's on it too. At 86, it doesn't have as much initial pop to it, but the finish is better. Like it's lingering.
Oh yeah.
It's lingering.
You gotta get some wood flavoring as well.
So what's funny? I have a bourbon that's finished in rum. I've got a Bardstown that they finished in rum cask. Maybe we'll try that on another show. Put these two side by side to see if there's any similarities there. But
it's got a nice velvety thing going on too.
Yeah, it's got great mouthfeel, a little oily and.
This would not be a nice drink. This is maybe cold, maybe frozen, but no ice. I took time on one of the other episodes.
But yeah, if I had done this blind, I wouldn't have picked this up as Irish.
Rum? Well,
I would have picked it up as Irish.
No, yeah,
because it doesn't have those quintessential. I do like Jameson. We can keep Jameson around.
I'm gonna say if it, almost a butterscotch drink.
Mm-hmm.
If I would have like you said blind test, I would have thought that this is rum. That's not.
I probably would have gone down the route of like a finished American whiskey almost, because it doesn't have any of those normal. It doesn't taste anything like the green spot. Let's put it that way. Like those two are complete opposite ends of the spectrum from an Irish standpoint.
Not even the same field.
Yeah, no, it's good though. I mean,
no, it's good.
It's good for what it is, and again, it's
and it didn't ruin the. You still, and also kind of because like I said, I love Tullamore Dew, and I can still taste the dew.
That is the one thing I really did like about the Tullamore Dew when I was kind of getting into whiskey early on. At that lower proof, it drinks way lower than that. There's no bite to it. It's super approachable. It's very smooth, easy to drink. Now the issue is in a lot of like the Irish and Scotch, if there's peat involved in any way, and that type of flavor turns you off, it doesn't matter how smooth it is, you ain't gonna like it.
And that's a key to tell me like that these are a low price point. As you get up on the scale, think of a mountain, both on Scottish and Irish. Think of a mountain. So the higher up you go in the mountain, where there's more peat on the mountain, that's what makes it more money. The more peat that's in it, the more money it's going to cost. As it goes up, you get into the aisles, and it's some of them are freaking crazy.
It's probably
I've
sacrilege.
got a couple of like $150 on the shelf.
It's probably sacrilege. I don't know as much about Scotch as I should. My family lives in a town in Scotland called Oban. They make a very great Scotch. I have a couple bottles.
Lovely Scotch.
It's really, really good. I've been to the distillery with my cousins and my uncles, and it was a really good time. But I just don't know anything about it. Like it wasn't my passion. You know what I mean? Where bourbon and American whiskey was kind of my initial passion, and I eat that information up. So maybe as I mature and move down this journey, I may start branching into the Scotches. But again,
we'll get them there.
Out of all my years of bourbon drinking, there's only been like one that I would say I hated.
Oh, I got one. Don't feel bad.
But when it comes to like different Scotches, though, I've had like the Peat Monster, or there have been some things that I've tried that I'm like, oh, that's just not for me.
I can't do Doers. I can't do.
Yeah, the lower end blends.
And every once in a while, I'll have something that's really to try, and it's just got that little teeny. I had a bad experience, and it just stuck with me.
See, I'm that way with like Johnny Walker.
It's right here, and as soon as it goes, like, oh, I can't do it. It's gross.
I'm that way with Johnny Walker Red. I just don't like Johnny Walker Red. It just doesn't do anything for me.
I've been doing. I don't like gins, but I'm doing gins. Trying out gins, and can't do Tanqueray because I had a bad experience doing Tanqueray. So those two I can't do. But if that's that.
See, and now this smells,
I'll give everything a second chance. So not gonna lie.
And I wonder if it's the bourbon influence. This smells more dense to me. Like these two are kind of up front on the nose, very sweet, very Irish. But this almost smells like tequila.
Yes.
It almost smells like tequila.
I was like, what does that smell?
It almost smells like tequila.
Wow. That would be good. Bourbon and tequila bottles.
Oh.
Barrels.
They do it the other way. They do Cozone in the bourbon barrels.
There used to be a great beer. It was called Oculto by Budweiser, and they take I don't know which Budweiser they took. They took the Budweiser, and they put it into tequila barrels and let it age for a year. And the beer was it was amazing. It was great. And then they got rid of it.
This definitely has some fruity floral notes to it. That the green spot didn't. This has more.
It's funny because I've done this and now we're revisiting. Like, oh, it's so much better than the last time I remember.
You know what? I was just thinking the same thing. This bottle's probably a year old, and you can see how much is gone. There's not a ton gone. I don't go after it very often, but it smells fantastic. Like it smells like it's just got some density to it.
Cheers. I'm excited. Oh, it's so good. So good. Ooh. It's got a little peat there.
It does at the end.
Yeah.
And it almost turns into like a chocolate coffee note as it dissipates.
It's like, hey, surprise.
And I don't know if that's because I just ate dinner about 30 minutes ago, so maybe my palate's kind of screwed up. But as that was dissipating across my tongue,
that was interesting.
It was kind of like a mocha chocolate coffee flavor.
That's weird.
It's really good though. And at 96 proof, again, doesn't drink anywhere near the proof. Like
no.
That 96 proof Bardstown that we did the other week with the high rye.
Oh, that was so good.
But it had some punch to it. It had some burn. It's got that rye in it. There's none of that. There's no, you can take a full breath.
No, yes, no.
There's no alcohol punch. There's no punch on the palate either.
Tequila smells weird.
It's very weird.
It's tequila. That's the smell. Yeah, I mean, it's not tequila.
If you
that's the smell.
If you put this in front of me blind, I would have been like, some kind of like
we would have screwed
or something.
We would have screwed with this.
Oh yeah, I would have been absolutely. There's no way I would have put that at 80 proof. There's no way I would have called that Irish, and then this would have been tequila. But they're very, very good.
That is weird. That is weird. I think this would be good on ice. I actually think frozen and then on ice would be super velvety.
Man, I got that same aftertaste again.
That's weird.
It's like
almost
like coffee grain or
there's
something.
definitely some peat going on in there. Maybe it's like a coffee. Maybe it's a coffee whiskey blend thing.
I
that they did.
have no idea. I mean, it doesn't say anything about it on the label, but it's definitely.
I put these up like I need to read. I don't have any lenses in these days.
It's definitely got.
Maybe I'm getting drunk.
It's definitely got a completely different finish than these two. The Tullamore Dew, fruity, floral, sweet. The green spot at that 80 proof was just very smooth and kind of velvety, but
I'm getting some heat now, though. Some heat's coming now. A little bit.
Yeah, but
But it might be all of this together.
Interesting. I'm going to go back the other direction because the finish on this doesn't linger as long. At 96 proof, the finish on that is gone. Like you drink it, it's sweet, and then it kind of dissipates across my tongue, and then that's it.
And cherry casts.
Yeah, bourbon and cherry. Let's clear the palate. I'm going to go back the other way. It is interesting that I got that same finish off at 2 sips in a row. Oftentimes, if it's something weird on your palate, you'll get it once and you'll never find it again.
Yeah, because it's not surprising the second time.
Yeah, but the second time around, even still, I was like, oh man, that's definitely got a
But it's weird. I guarantee there's no peat in this. I guarantee it. But it's got a peat flavor. It's got a peat something. That was weird.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Irish whiskey. I don't know what the general mash bill consists of.
Go back and smell this now. That is weird. Full vanilla.
I would be interested to kind of go do a little research on these and just figure out how they get those flavors in. Because you're right, if there is no peat in it, that's what I'm tasting is peat. So maybe it's the wood they age it in.
Yeah, that's true. It could be like a peat barrel.
Or like a beech wood or something like that.
Yeah. A peat barrel.
God, I would hope
peat
not.
barrel is a friend of mine. Vanilla.
Oh yeah, it's just sweet.
Now we went over there. Now we're going here. Now it's vanilla. That's so weird.
This is the Tullamore Dew in the rum. I can smell the heavy rum on it, but it doesn't taste it. It's weird. Like on the nose, you can if you knew what you were smelling, like oh yeah, that's rum finished. You can smell it pretty heavy.
That's better going the second way backwards. That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean sweet.
It's like on gunpowder gin. It smells like cherry blossoms. Like you're walking in a cherry blossom field, but it doesn't taste anything like that. It's still floral, but it's nothing like what you smell. But when you smell and drink at the same time, you get all those notes and they work really well together.
Yeah, see that finish hangs out for a while, which is weird.
That's good.
Me. And I don't know what it is about the Tullamore Dew that it has a much better finish than either one of these. I can feel it in the gums. I
might be a fan of Caribbean rum now.
You know what's funny? I haven't seen it since. This popped into M&D and he had a couple of them. And
I sell it at my store.
Do you?
Yeah, all day.
No way. What do
I
they
got
run?
4 of them right now.
What do they run? $45-$50?
I think it's in the 40s.
That would make sense.
I could take tomorrow.
Well, because you got to think about it this way, right? They have to make the whiskey, distill it, put it in their barrels and age it, and then find these used rum barrels, port them, finish it in that, then go through the bottling process. So every step they go through, it's just another cost adder.
Cost adder.
But the finish on that one is fantastic. It lingers. I can actually still feel a little bit of it kind of sitting on my gums.
Oh, $25.99.
$26.
$26.
Man, Irish whiskey's so cheap. That's crazy. And then back to the green.
That's why when I started the show, when I started doing the show, I did Irish for like 45 days.
Yeah.
I would just go with $25 to Total Wine or something and just, that looks interesting today. And I didn't spend a lot the first 3 months of the show. I found some really good diamonds in the rough on the floor, on the bottom shelf.
See, and going back from left to right, and again,
different notes now.
Yeah, but these are finished. I don't like the green spot compared to these other two, but again, I'm a bourbon guy and I'm biased, and these are finished, but it is more scotchy than I would like. Like as compared to the other two, it's coming across more.
I think what's making it on the scotch is it's the copper. I think the copper is throwing you off.
But on the sip, I didn't get that same sensation in my upper palate, which is weird. So I wonder if it's just because it was my first sip of the day. And I wasn't ready.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, that's funny. That's funny. I think it's odd how we're different but the same on our palate stuff. It's very funny.
It does a little though. It's
that's why we team up so well.
You're right, dude. It's almost like sucking on a penny. Like it's a weird kind of ringing feel in your mouth. It's bizarre.
You can't change me. Sucking on a penny. I don't think I've ever sucked on a penny, but I understand what you're saying.
You know, it's funny. I don't think I've ever either. But that's what I imagine would be like.
You know, the tinfoil. You put that tinfoil in your mouth or check a 9-volt battery. It's that kind of flavor.
But again, 80 proof, short finish, relatively sweet, but it's more.
Oh, that's terrible. Going completely over. Oh, that was bad.
What do you mean?
I went from here to here. No.
You jumped too far?
Yeah, I leapfrogged over.
Yeah, I think, again, what's the green spot run? Green spot's probably $50-$60.
It is 60-ish.
Right.
I think. 68.
The Limavady, I think, was in that same price range.
Yeah,
I want to say that was around that $60 range.
I saw all of these, by the way. If you know where I work, I saw all of them.
But $25. This comes always clear-cut winner to me. I mean, you can basically get 3 of them for the price of either one of these. And I don't.
Or you could get one of these and one of the other ones.
Right, but I don't think that none of the 3 blew the rest of them out of the water to me.
No.
You know what I mean? One wasn't head and shoulders better. They were all different, but none of them were just completely dominating.
No.
In the flavor.
I think this one's the best out of all of them. And just so
great.
I got to give a shout out to our best bud, one of the helpers of the show, Mr. John. He got this for us, so thank you, John. I know you're on vacation, but thank you. And with that being said, my friends, I want to thank you. This is our anniversary show. I think we're 2 or 3 years in. I can't remember. It's a lot of shows. I can't remember. I'm drunk a lot of times, so we don't know what's going on. But I want to say thank you to Jake. It's been great having him as part of the show, and we do try our best with our crazy schedules to make this happen for you guys. And believe it or not, it's more work than it appears. And so I'm grateful he's on the show. I'm grateful to all my people out there who watch the show, and I want to say thank you to everybody who's participated in helping us get supplies and stuff to show you guys on the show. And your comments are great, and thank you for viewing. And there's going to be more to go because I got a few years left in me, so we're going to keep going until I can't do it no more. Or they shut me down, whatever comes first. So, please remember, we don't have it with us right now, but we'll just do this. Please remember to drink one for us, because you know we're drinking one for you. Sometimes he's double drinking.
Yeah. Double fisting the whole way.
Yeah. Until the next episode, my friends, thanks for viewing.